There are certain foods that are generally considered unhealthy and best avoided or consumed in moderation. Here are a few examples of foods that you should limit or avoid in your diet. There are potential dangers associated with consuming commercial orange juice, particularly if it is consumed in large quantities or on a regular basis. Here are a few examples. High sugar content. As mentioned earlier, many commercial orange juices contain added sugars or high fructose corn syrup. Consuming too much added sugar can lead to weight gain, insulin resistance, and other health problems. Pesticide residues. Oranges are one of the most heavily sprayed crops in the world, and some commercial orange juices may contain residues of these pesticides. Long-term exposure to pesticides has been linked to an increased risk of cancer and other health problems. Potential for contamination. Commercial orange juice may be at risk of contamination with harmful bacteria such as E. coli or Salmonella. This can occur during processing or handling and can lead to foodborne illness if consumed. It's worth noting that not all commercial orange juices are created equal, and some may be healthier than others. However, if you are concerned about the potential dangers associated with commercial orange juice, you may want to consider alternatives such as fresh squeezed juice, whole oranges, or other fruits and vegetables. The danger of soy protein isolates to the body. Soy protein isolate is a highly processed form of soy protein that has been isolated from whole soybeans. While soy protein isolate is a common ingredient in many foods and supplements, there are some potential dangers associated with its consumption, particularly in large amounts or on a regular basis. Here are a few examples of the dangers of soy protein isolate. Digestive problems. Soy protein isolate contains high levels of trypsin inhibitors, which can interfere with the digestion of protein and other nutrients. This can lead to bloating, gas, and other digestive problems. Hormonal imbalances. Soy protein isolate contains compounds called phytoestrogens, which can mimic the effects of estrogen in the body. Consuming large amounts of soy protein isolate may disrupt hormonal balance, particularly in men who are more sensitive to estrogenic compounds. Thyroid problems. Soy protein isolate also contains goitrogens, which can interfere with the function of the thyroid gland. This can lead to hypothyroidism, a condition in which the thyroid gland produces too little thyroid hormone. Allergic reactions. Soy protein isolate is a common allergen, and some people may experience allergic reactions to it, such as hives, swelling, and difficulty breathing. It's worth noting that not everyone will experience these dangers from consuming soy protein isolate, and some people may be able to consume it in moderation without adverse effects. However, if you have a history of digestive problems, hormonal imbalances, thyroid problems, or soy allergies, you may want to consult with a healthcare professional before consuming soy protein isolate or products that contain it. The danger of commercial meat with nitrates. Commercial meat products that contain nitrates or nitrites are often used to enhance color, flavor, and shelf life. However, there are some potential dangers associated with consuming meat products that contain these compounds, particularly in large amounts or on a regular basis. Here are a few examples of the dangers of commercial meat with nitrates. Increased risk of cancer. Nitrates can react with compounds in meat to form nitrosamines, which are known carcinogens. Consuming meat products that contain nitrates or nitrites on a regular basis has been linked to an increased risk of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. Increased risk of heart disease. Consuming large amounts of processed meat products that contain nitrates or nitrites has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, likely due to the high levels of sodium and saturated fat in these products. Allergic reactions. Some people may experience allergic reactions to nitrates or nitrites, such as hives, swelling, and difficulty breathing. Increased risk of bacterial infection. Nitrates and nitrites can inhibit the growth of bacteria in meat products, but if the products are not handled and cooked properly, they can still pose a risk of bacterial infection, such as Listeria or Salmonella. It's worth noting that not all meat products that contain nitrates or nitrites are equally dangerous, and some may be healthier than others. For example, consuming small amounts of natural nitrates found in vegetables like beets may not pose the same risks as consuming large amounts of processed meat products. However, if you are concerned about the potential dangers associated with commercial meat products that contain nitrates or nitrites, you may want to consider alternatives such as fresh or frozen meat, or meat products that are labeled as nitrate-free. The danger of commercial milk with RBST, recombinant bovine somatotropin. RBST is a synthetic hormone that is sometimes given to cows to increase milk production. Milk from cows treated with RBST is often used in commercial milk products, and there are some potential dangers associated with consuming these products. Here are a few examples of the dangers of commercial milk with RBST. Increased risk of cancer. Some studies have suggested that RBST may increase the risk of certain types of cancer, such as breast, prostate, and colorectal cancer. However, the evidence is not conclusive, and more research is needed to determine the extent of this risk. Increased risk of antibiotic-resistant infections. Cows that are given RBST may be more likely to develop infections and may require more antibiotics to treat these infections. This can contribute to the development of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, which can be dangerous for both humans and animals. Reduced nutritional value. Cows that are given RBST may produce milk with lower levels of nutrients, such as vitamin E and beta-carotene. This can result in milk products that are less nutritious than milk from untreated cows. Ethical concerns. Some people have ethical concerns about the use of RBST in cows, as it may cause discomfort and health problems for the animals. It's worth noting that RBST has been banned in many countries, including Canada and the European Union, due to concerns about its safety and ethics. However, it is still legal for use in cows in the United States. If you are concerned about the potential dangers associated with commercial milk products that contain RBST, you may want to consider alternatives such as organic or non-dairy milk products. The danger of fruit from third world countries. Fruits from third world countries can be a healthy addition to a well-balanced diet, but there are some potential dangers associated with consuming these fruits, particularly if they are not handled and prepared properly. Here are a few examples of the dangers of fruit from third world countries. Contamination with pesticides. Fruits from third world countries may have been treated with pesticides that are not approved or regulated in the United States or other developed countries. This can lead to exposure to potentially harmful chemicals. Contamination with pathogens. Fruits that are not handled and stored properly can become contaminated with harmful pathogens such as Salmonella, E. coli, or hepatitis A, which can cause serious illness. Lack of food safety regulations. Some third world countries may not have the same food safety regulations and standards as developed countries, which can lead to the use of unsafe food handling and processing practices. Transportation and storage conditions. Fruits that are transported over long distances and stored for extended periods of time may lose nutritional value and become contaminated with bacteria or fungi. It's worth noting that not all fruits from third world countries are equally dangerous, and some may be safer than others depending on factors such as the country of origin, the specific fruit, and the handling and preparation practices used. If you are concerned about the potential dangers associated with consuming fruits from third world countries, you may want to consider purchasing fruits that are certified organic or have been grown and processed using safe and sustainable methods. Additionally, washing fruits thoroughly before eating can help to reduce the risk of contamination with pesticides or pathogens.